Yeah, the NFL does not like what the Dallas Cowboys are doing. So we're going to be going through that and 3 other stories in today's video. So make sure to like this video, and if you want more Dallas Cowboys news content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting that red button down below. The first story is Dallas Cowboys go international for added size and defensive line depth, and the rest of the NFL is scared. The Dallas Cowboys have gone international to add some size and depth to the interior defensive line. Rookie free agent defensive tackle Denzel Jackson, who checks in at 6'2", 304 pounds, played his college career with the Ohio Bobcats and Illinois Fighting Illini. He was born and raised in Nassau, Bahamas. Jackson qualifies as an international player, so he will not count against the team's 90-man roster and can be added to the practice squad as an extra member. The Cowboys previously had international offensive lineman Isaac Alarcon from Mexico on the practice squad for 3 years. He was officially on the roster as part of the 90s as a regular non-international guy before Kane pointed that out, said Will McClay, Cowboys vice president of player personnel, via the team's official website. It's a big advantage for us. It's a big advantage for him, because that extra spot on the practice squad gives us the opportunity to develop him. It gives us an extra player. It gives him an extra opportunity to be part of the squad also, from the point of view. It's a big advantage for us. It's a big advantage for him, because that extra spot on the practice squad gives us the opportunity to develop him. It gives us an extra player. It gives him an extra opportunity to be part of the squad also, from the point of view. Jackson began playing football in 2016 when he moved to the United States. In his final year in college with the Fighting Illini, Jackson started 11 games at nose tackle and recorded 27 tackles. Jackson will now get a chance to develop with the Cowboys when the team heads to Oxnard, California in July for the start of training camp. As an international player, he is eligible to remain on the team's roster with roster exemption for up to 4 years. The Dallas Cowboys, the world's most valuable sports franchise, have endured nearly 3 decades without a Super Bowl victory. This prolonged championship drought is the worst in the team's history. Since Dak Prescott took over as quarterback, the Cowboys have struggled to even reach the NFC Championship, a feat they haven't accomplished since 1995. Despite Prescott's impressive regular season statistics winning records, numerous yards gained, and multiple touchdowns, he has not proven to be a pivotal player in the playoffs, where legends are made. As Prescott enters the final year of his contract, speculation is growing that team owner Jerry Jones might be considering a replacement. One intriguing name in the mix is prime-time Deion Sanders. If Coach Prime joins the Cowboys, it's likely his sons, Shedeur Sanders, who is expected to enter the NFL draft in 2025, and Shiloh Sanders, a defensive back, would accompany him. Although Sanders lacks extensive coaching experience at the professional level, an additional season in college football could provide valuable preparation. If the Cowboys underperform this season, head coach Mike McCarthy, also in the last year of his contract, might be replaced. After Dallas's loss to the Packers in the NFC wildcard round in January, Robert Griffin III endorsed Sanders as a potential successor to McCarthy. Responding to this speculation, Sanders remarked, "The only scenario you could come up with right now is to throw my kids in. That's the only thing you can do." It appears Jerry Jones has taken note and is ready to make a move. This situation sets the stage for Deion Sanders and his son Shedeur to potentially join the Cowboys in 2025. The prospect of a father-son duo in one of the NFL's most high-profile teams promises to generate significant intrigue, excitement, and concern among Dallas fans. Ending the Dak Prescott era and moving past a project that hasn't yielded the desired results, reaching the playoffs but failing to advance, might be the best outcome for the Cowboys. The second story is Dak Prescott contract prioritized by Cowboys before Parsons and Lamb talks. The Dallas Cowboys will reportedly prioritize reaching a contract extension with quarterback Dak Prescott before linebacker Micah Parsons and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler said Friday on SportsCenter. You've got Dak Prescott. The Cowboys have a world of problems here financially with 3 players. They have to sign Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb as well. But the feeling around the league and sources I've talked to is that they want to start with Dak, Fowler said. They've put it on the table with Dak's people that, hey, look, you're a priority. We want to try to get something done. As far as hard dollars, not a lot of progress yet. I would describe their efforts so far as passive. Prescott, 30, will be entering the final year of his 4-year, $160 million contract in 2024 and will be a free agent next offseason if the Cowboys do not give him an extension before then. Dallas exercised Parsons' $21.3 million option on his contract, keeping him around for the 2024 and 2025 seasons. The Cowboys did the same for Lamb ahead of the 2023 season, so he will be a free agent after this year. Dallas has a little more breathing room when it comes to Parsons, as he won't be a free agent until 2026, but it still makes for a tricky task of getting all 3 signed. Prioritizing Prescott makes sense given his success in his 8th NFL season. He had the 3rd most passing yards in the NFL with 4,516 and led the league in passing touchdowns with 36, making a strong case for MVP. At just 30 years old, Prescott has plenty of good years left and the Cowboys will look to capitalize. But when Dallas finds an extension for Prescott, it will likely have to be a big one considering the quarterback market over the past few years. The top quarterbacks in the NFL are making more than $50 million per year, including Trevor Lawrence, who inked a 5-year, $275 million contract this week. Prescott is clearly one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, and his extension will need to reflect that. Luckily for Dallas, it will have $67,552 million in cap space next offseason, per Spotrac, meaning the Cowboys should be able to give Prescott a lucrative deal. However, it will likely still be difficult for Dallas to find fitting deals for Prescott, Parsons, and Lamb. As previously discussed on GH, Gilmore wanted to re-sign with the Cowboys, but he's been in touch with other teams this offseason. Gilmore said earlier, this offseason, it was his goal to return to the Cowboys. However, the Cowboys have not yet re-signed him, and he's getting interest from other teams. Jadeveon Clowney has recruited him to come home and join forces with the Panthers, as both players are from the Carolinas. The Panthers haven't reached a deal with Gilmore, but they want to. During the annual league meeting, Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones said the team likes Gilmore, but Dallas has to pick and choose where to allocate its resources this season. Gilmore made just south of $8 million last season per over the cap. The 33-year-old recorded 68 tackles and 2 interceptions with the Cowboys. Pro Football Focus gave Gilmore a 74.4 grade for his play last season. Gilmore is still talented, but the Cowboys have been stingy this offseason as they continue to procrastinate with the contracts of Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, and CeeDee Lamb. The third story is Dallas Cowboys have a Cooper Rush conundrum. From the outside looking in, it certainly looks as if the Dallas Cowboys may face somewhat of a conundrum as to what to do with Cooper Rush. With Dak Prescott firmly entrenched as the unquestioned starter for at least the 2024 season, and with the need to find out what they have in Trey Lance, finding room for number 10 may be a bit tricky. The need to use training camp to prepare for the upcoming 2024 NFL season means Dak Prescott will command the majority, if not all, of the starting reps in Oxnard. Once the preseason games come along, Dallas will want to utilize those snaps to see what they have in Trey Lance. So, where exactly does Cooper Rush fit in? The Cowboys already know what they have in Cooper Rush and what he's capable of when he is needed. He's served as Dak Prescott's primary backup for years now and knows how to prepare for the life of a QB2. And considering the personnel and system are the same as a year ago, any practice time he needs to get up to speed should be minimal. Sadly, though, all of that could also be his undoing. When Dak isn't on the field in practice or preseason, it's more likely than not going to be the Trey Lance show. Dallas is going to give him every opportunity to showcase his talent in the hopes of either facilitating a trade to a QB-needy team or justify potentially keeping him around for future purposes. There are those who believe there could be a QB2 position battle between Lance and Rush, but if there is, it's one that looks as if it's pretty one-sided in favor of number 19. Being pretty much a complete mystery, but one packed with undeniable intrigue, Lance's upside as a QB prospect simply demands more attention right now. Sometimes the mystery grabs the attention more over a known commodity. That could be the best way to describe Rush's current situation with the Cowboys right now and the conundrum they face prior to training camp and preseason. And unfortunately for number 10, it's a situation that could lead to the end of his time in Dallas. Past accomplishments still may carry a little bit of weight if there is indeed a legitimate QB2 battle, which could only help Rush's case. But Dallas's investment and intrigue with the younger and more talented QB still seems to favor Lance.